Ah, Hiveswap Friendsim, huh? What a delightfully delectable dish you served. For the 14th week in a row. Okay, maybe not in a row, but yes. I don't know what that intro is, don't ask. We're doing Volume 14 of Cleanliness and Clownliness. It's time for the first clown. I think that's like the only blood cast we haven't really seen in Friendsim yet. Like we've seen everyone else. Right? Yeah. Well, minus Violet and Fuchsia, but there's zero way we'll ever see Fuchsia, except for in Pester Quest. And you're probably saving the. Okay, you know what? I do not know what I'm talking about. Volume 14. That's it. This is a dark world. Both because it's night, and because of the brutal struggle for survival among its polyhemochromatic inhabitants, many of whom seem to thrive on havoc and carnage. You'd be interested to see the Michelin Guide entry for Alternia. You're convinced that after a day here, Anne Rand would sign up with the Little Sisters of the Poor, Genghis Khan and Attila the Hun would join the Quakers, and Adolf Hitler would seek membership in the World Peace Council. Will Godwin's Law Alerts feeling a little dramatic tonight? Oh boy. We have Marcy Hutek brings back bad memories. Smile. But she seems nice and harmless enough. Just someone I'm not friends with anymore. Love them. Anyway, Karako Pyrat. What the fuck is this notification? No, I'm trying to record. Fuck. Shit. Fine, I'll give in to your demand. No, stop. I won't give in to you. Actually, will it close Friendsim if I download? I'm curious. Da 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 na 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 na. Really that hard to stop. I got one. What? Oh fuck. Can't use it. Frick. I have to cancel. Stop. Okay, let's just. I'll update later, okay? You can shut up now. Die. I'll open this up again. No. Alright. Alright. I'm back. I accidentally unplugged my mic, and that kind of ruins the whole recording thing. The mic gets unplugged, so I had to stop recording and restart it. So that's. I also got myself a drink, so I won't have to later, even though I'm totally gonna stop and get one later. Also, I found out the little thing I do to like hide the text in game. If I do it on here, it hides the menu. Anyway, let's get Marcy out of the way. Boop. Despite a certain sense of pervading existential gloom that you haven't managed to shake even after communing with a possible Oracle/secret agent, you're feeling pretty alright. No more brooding in your cliffside apartment. You have a fresh thirst this evening. A thirst for friendship. You're wandering around a neighborhood you haven't seen in a while, just a few blocks from where you crash landed. This song sounds familiar. Credits. is 14, right? Marcy. Huh. Oh fuck, of course. Pause. Why? Why was this happen? Service car, neutral edition. Sounds familiar though, like... yeah, I forgot to upload that last night. Actually, no, I can just go here. Because I don't want to have to navigate all the way to the freaking store page. I did upload it. The trailer for Act 2. Act 2. There. Okay, but shut up for a second. Where do I do that? Options. This. Alright, so... Fuck, why does she keep calling me? I feel sick. Anyway, my point was, I think the song in the trailer is gonna be called something like the fucking, whatever it was called, service car, something edition. Yeah. Ow. Okay, you know what? Maybe I need to take an actual short break, like voluntarily. Fuck. Whoa, I returned. Anyway, no more brooding in your cliffside apartment. You have a fresh thirst this evening. A thirst for friendship! You're wandering around a neighborhood you haven't seen in a while. It's a few blocks from where you crash landed. God, it's fucking... These headphones are like all tangled up. I need to untangle them. But then again, I am afraid to untangle them while recording. Because if I do that while recording, I might accidentally unplug my mic. That means I'll have to restart the recording again. And I don't want that. Haha, fuck. Maybe you'll go pay a visit to the crash site of your ship, even though it's long since been stripped for parts by the local population. Or maybe you'll try to find Diamond to say hi, though you're pretty sure he's still living the nomadic shrubbery lifestyle. You're just here for the nostalgia, honestly. Malace who? You hardly know her. Who is... I don't know what that means. Just then, from across the street, echo two voices raised an argument. Well, one is soft and murmuring, and one is loud and honking. A rust blood girl and purple blood guy are squared off in front of a patch of graffiti that blooms over the bricks like moss. The girl appears to be in the process of scrubbing it away. There's a mop bucket and a collection of sponges next to her. And I told you this shit is sacred motherfucking iconography! The purple blood is saying, so fuck the hell off, little red dumpling! The rust blood says something back that makes him laugh. The sacred iconography appears to be a collection of swear words and a couple of colorful renderings of certain sections of true anatomy you have not yet had the chance to explore. Oh god, oh fuck. The girl with the bucket wrings her sponge out and stares the clown down. Well, you assume she's staring him down. She's wearing big round goggles that match the bright rubber gloves, pulled all the way up to her elbows. Despite the mop bucket, she looks more like a scientist from a B-grade horror movie than a janitor. The purple blood doesn't have any visible weapons on him, but that doesn't make him look any less dangerous, and unless the girl had the blade in that mop handle, she's totally defenseless. You face You've faced this precise scenario more than once, but it doesn't get any easier. No matter how much self-confidence you earn or hardships you endure, life or death friendship decisions don't get any easier. Yeah, intervening is obviously the right decision. After all, how would we make that sweet, sweet friend? I guess. What? I mean, I could intervene, but then giant hulking purple blood. I'd get fucked if a fight came, but then again, it's not completely certain that there would be a fight. Maybe it could be solved with words, despite how little that chance is. Yeah, I'd risk it. Intervene. Who are you kidding? You're never going to leave her to fend for herself. It's against your religion. Your religion of reflectively and ceaselessly searching for new buddies. You aren't making excuses for it anymore. You decide to take what Boulder said to heart and just resign yourself to your fate. Well, that isn't exactly what she said, but a lot of it was confusing and spooky. You're half convinced she was just doing it for the mysterious aesthetic. You stride confidently towards the altercation, calling out a challenge to the rogue clown. Nobody messes with those less fortunate while you are on the case! And since it's been resoundingly too long since you've had a truly iconic and hilarious twist of fate befall you, as soon as you step up onto the sidewalk, the purple blood's fist connects with your head, and your head connects with the concrete. Oh god, oh fuck. Well, I didn't expect that. Oh god. Da 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 da. Mind your own business for once in your life. Listen, you aren't the goddamn alien special forces. You are in the friendship police. You can't afford to insert yourself into the middle of every single altercation in the hopes that the drunken gamble of destiny will offer up new and greater connections onto your sore, tired ass. You aren't made of goodwill alone. Everyone needs breaks, man. Da 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 da. Na 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 na. I need to frickin' be right back to check something. Fuck. I'm back. Knack. Okay, no knacks. Ever again. You aren't made of goodwill alone. Everyone needs breaks, man. You march casually by, hands behind your back. If you knew how to whistle, you would. Nothing to see here, folks. Feet smack the ground behind you, and the girl runs by, surprisingly spry in the rubber boots. Not spry enough, apparently, because the high blood is hot on her heels. Nope, not helping, definitely not. Don't get involved. Don't get involved. You already made your choice. You're not getting involved. At the last moment, you stick out one of your famous legs and the clown goes flying. He hits the pavement hard, nose first. Son of a bitch! There you went and got involved. The high blood might be kissing concrete, but he won't be for very long. It's tough to kill a clown. You take this opportunity to get the fuck out. Damn, you don't know anybody around here. Maybe you could run back to your stolen vehicle before hands grab you by the back of the hoodie, hauling you around the corner and into the shadows of an alleyway. Shit, the clown must have friends, and those friends have circled around behind you! You open your mouth to scream, not because you think anyone is going to help you, but just because you might as well. If you can't go out fighting, might as well go out making as much noise and being as obnoxious as possible. A rubber-gloved hand slaps over your mouth before you get out more than a squeak. You taste soap. It's her. Alright. Voice time. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Alright, chill. Stop. Okay, no. Chill. Stop struggling. It's the Rustblood girl. She's taken the time to bother and cast it in to take refuge in an alleyway. The two of you hold still as the purple blood storms by, stomping and cursing and bleeding from a gash across his forehead. Hey! Ha! You did that! You did that! You'll never get over the rush in your seat and doing something cool and competent! Marcy holds on to you until the sound of his footsteps fade. You feel her heartbeat hammering against your back. She lets you go and slides away to the other side of the alley, as if in apology for being so close to you before. Her boots squeak. You take a few steps nearer so you don't have to shout to be heard. You thank her for helping. You're both just all about helping, apparently. You decide not to mention the part where you tried very hard not to get involved. Yeah, you didn't have to do that. Actually, you should have. I'm perfectly capable of tripping my own clowns. You tell her that you have no doubt that's true, even if she doesn't have a sword in her mop handle. She seems to have a good pair of legs. Is that a Terezi reference? Probably is. Mentioning her mop appears to remind her that she left all her cleaning equipment out on the streets. She takes a furtive glance back down the way the guy had gone, then heads back towards the graffiti. You scamper to keep up. You shouldn't be out alone in a place like this. Not that I can really summon much gumption to carry on this one walk down the street. But did you come here to die? Because that's what's going to happen if you keep this shit up. What's your deal? You don't know about your deal. You worked really hard not to not consider your deal at all, because the existential radio static that prickled at the base of your neck when you think about your deal, it is astoundingly unpleasant. Attempting to change the subject, you ask her if maybe she shouldn't get out of here while she has a chance. Is that bucket really that important to her? Marcy looks at you with a certain eyebrow raise that you're well accustomed to by now. Oh shit, you just put your foot in it again, culture-wise. You wish you could find a book with a crash course on Alternia, or at least a decent Wikipedia article, but it's not like there's any helpful Earth Guide for idiots! At least, you've never heard of one. Besides, things are different depending where you are on Earth geographically. You imagine it's the same for Alternia. You feel positively nauseated at the idea of having to learn a whole new set of societal norms. You just stay in this particular city, thank you very much. Do I care about my bucket? That's kind of a weird way to phrase it. I care about it as much as the next person who doesn't want to get cold. Also, scaldrays don't grow on coniferous fodder. She tosses the discarded sponges back into the bucket. You bend down to help, but she stops you with a sardonic glance. Most of her glances are sardonic, but this one especially so. She goes back to work on the graffiti. If you're going to hang around, you can make yourself less useless. Watch and make sure that high blood doesn't come back. Oh yeah, for sure, you can totally do that. Of course, you won't be able to actually do anything if he comes back. Where's Ramil when you need her? Maybe you could use your own limp corpse to slow the clown down. Not that you know Marcini well enough yet to love the idea of sacrificing yourself for her. Man, character development is great. Not immediately going to your death is great. That thought sends a creeping wash of anxiety along your spine. You don't understand it, so you try to distract yourself. You ask Marcy if she just cleans graffiti, or if she has any other jobs. Okay, well, maybe not jobs. You know nobody on Alternia had an actual job. Whatever I'm feeling, mostly. Today, I was feeling getting rid of this incredibly ugly piece of shit drawing. Tomorrow, I may be feeling dirty front door mats. Depends on my mood. Yeah, you def get that. You're also a person of mercurial moods. Do you seek out new friends tonight, or go to one of your standby pals? Sometimes the universe is sweet and decides for you. Yeah, well, you're extremely weird and focused on weird shit, but also kind of magnetic at the same time. It's freaking me out. Wow, thank you! Marcy dunks her sponge back in her bucket, or scoundry, right? Buckets are dirty. The drones don't make it down here very often, so there's a lot of shit to scrub. You tell her it's cool that she likes cleaning so much. Where you're from, physical labor is considered morally virtuous, but also kind of looked down on? Fuck, maybe you can use in her cultural handbook your own damn self. Who said anything about liking it? Who made the rule that I can only do what I like? She slammed the sponge down hard into the scoundry, getting water down the front of her apron. This is just what I do. What, do you like wandering around in someone else's hoodie? Accusing strangers? Kind of, sometimes. You didn't choose a friend life, the friend life chose you. But Marcy isn't a stranger in a strange world like you are. She's got horns and gray skin and everything. You realize she's a rusty, but come on! Oh yeah, how many burgundies do you know exactly? Well, one. And he is interested in, meat. But he's pretty enthusiastic about it. One might say, over-enthusiastic. You think I'm not enthusiastic? Are there only 3 burgundies, actually? I don't know. She scrubs harder to show you just how enthusiastic she can be. A delicate calligraphy, a base rendering of the word globe gobbler, disappears beneath her soapy hands. Okay, maybe Diamond is not the greatest example of someone enjoying their hobbies in a healthy and natural way, but you know plenty of other lowbloods with cool hobbies. Skyla, Trixie, Sarava? Am I supposed to know who these idiots are? Not all lowbloods know each other. Oh man, that's not what you meant at all. I'm not going to explain my life story to some random alien. Are you going to help or not? Oh, well, you thought you were supposed to be keeping an eye out for clowns? Yeah, well instead, you're asking me invasive questions. So now, help me scrub. Despite these mixed signals, you pick up a sponge and start cleaning. This is actually a lot harder work than it looks like, and your back and shoulders begin to ache immediately. If Marcy does this every day, she must be ripped under that jacket. She stops talking and you just clean alongside her, worried that you're royally screwing this up. You don't know how to fix it. The graffiti is quickly disappearing between your combined efforts, and you aren't sure how much longer she's going to put up with you after that. You've got to pull out the big friendship guns and fast. You ask, in your characteristically smooth style, what's she doing after this? Any plans, just hypothetically? Who knows? I'll just look for more shit to clean. Well, it just so happens you know a lot of dirty places, just exceptionally filthy. Oh yeah? Where? Uptown is... Okay, considering Uptown is high blood and downtown is low blood, I could be wrong about that. Like, maybe it's just actual directional in this. Maybe it's just referring to them by direction? I don't know. But I'd consider high blood uptown, low blood downtown. So, going by that logic, Uptown would be pretty freaking clean since they have fucking drones cleaning everything, you know? There's no need for anyone. In fact, the drones don't really do much cleaning at all downtown. And that would probably be the best place to go. Plus, it'd just generally be safer. It would generally be safer. So, downtown it is. You suggest that this place sure looks ripe for some serious power cleaning, cause, wow, filthy. Yeah, I guess. I was planning on cleaning down here anyway. The drones mostly take care of the high blood neighborhoods. Interesting. Zebra had low bloods cleaning for him, but maybe he's an exception. I'm not here to explain cultural dynamics to you. At least not for free. You consider mentioning that you are the main character and that's totally deserving of cultural exposition, but you doubt you'd take that well. Also, it's kind of a weird thing to say, so never mind that. Did I ever mention that I love meta jokes? Like, meta-ness in the whole is like always interesting to me. Sure, there's such a thing as too meta, Like, cool new webcomic, for example. I mentioned it during some other series, like, mostly my homestuck reading. But, in Act 5, Act 1 of cool new webcomic, there's, like, a whole exposition rant, like, by basically a character that ascends to godhood. They basically explain stuff about canosity, paradox space, and the nearest ring. And it's all pretty interesting. The nearest ring being like what contains all fiction. And they gradually gain more understanding of fiction and eventually real life. And it is all interesting, but it's maybe a bit too meta. Like, maybe having a bit of little breaks in between would have made it a bit more standable, but like, it was a whole bunch of exposition in one continuous strand, and it got a bit overwhelming. Also, I just realized that little graffiti there kind of looks like the juju, like the portal thing. Both, like the lollipop in Homestuck and the portal in Hiveswap Act 1. Also, it's kind of a weird thing to say, so never mind that. There aren't anything else to... No, just words I can't read. Also, that's probably the thing. The graffiti of autonomy. You show Marcy an alley you recognize. The one with the incinerator where Polipa had gone rid of her assassination disguise. Here, maybe? Too easy. Okay, well, what about this stretch of road where Emil killed a dude? There's still quite a bit of purple blood splattered around. Pretty good. But no, I don't have the right outfit for blood. Jesus, picky. Oh, sorry. Are my personal preferences inconveniencing you? No, but you aren't used to the shit taking so long to pop off. Usually you made a friend by this point, or you've been killed. You've been killed before? What are you, Perbies? 9 lives? Oh god. I think our character is starting to be aware of all the times they've been killed. All the bad timelines. I'm not quite sure, but in retrospect, that was also a pretty weird thing to say. You meant it as a metaphor. Sometimes your internal monologue gets out of hand and spills out into your interlocution, whatever. But that doesn't really explain it. Like, just saying this is where you usually get killed, that kind of signifies that you're starting to gain awareness. Like, awareness of all the fuck-ups. So, are we ourselves, like, actually consciously going back as a main character, or Doc Scratch? I don't know. Like, I don't think Lord English himself would have the power to bring us back in time, but like, well, I mean, he could, but I don't think Lord English doesn't have quite that control over the narrative. Well, Doc Scratch has a good amount of control over it. But, I don't know. So, are we? I don't know. Does the main character actually have? Does MSPA reader? Do we actually have the power to go back, or? I don't know. Oh god. Oh fuck. Okay. Whatever, dude. You're considering just bringing her back to your place to clean up the mess you made there when you realize Marcy is no longer with you. You turn around to find her gazing down an adjacent street into an empty lot. The space gives you a brief twinge of recognition before it fizzles away to nothing. Meh, probably just deja vu. Oh fuck. Oh fuck! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Oh god! Oh god! Oh fuck! We are becoming aware of the other timelines because we were only here in one of the bad timelines, and now we're gaining awareness. Oh god! Um. So that means either the only two explanations I can think of is we're like automatically going back to a good point, like to a point back in the timeline where it's convenient without actually realizing it, or Doc Scratch is doing it for us. It's I don't know what's more likely. Probably Doc Scratch, to be honest, because you know, yeah, Doc Scratch would actually make a lot of sense considering how last time we were here he said something right after the frickin' game over screen. Fuck, this is getting really interesting. At first, you don't notice the person sitting on the tire pile, because without her other half, her silhouette is underwhelming. Oh fuck. Wait, she was here last time, right? Oh, fantastic. Hey, Normie. Oh, hi, Follicle. It's been a while. She might notice that you are whole lot less normal than you used to be. Can I actually go back and... I actually want to see if, okay, which one was the one we died in? It was with you. Yeah. I think she was actually, okay. So any sign of Follicle? No, just Death. And also Doc Scratch. Death and Doc. Alright, I could have sworn she was... Maybe I'm just confusing myself with it. I don't know. Oh, hi, Follicle. It's been a while. She might notice that you are a whole lot less normal than you used to be. That's right. They're weird as hell. Hey, you're also like 80% more confident than you used to be. You don't back down from insults. Perhaps Marcy is the one who is weird, because she's the one who is so fucking into cleaning up after people. That's really strange. Hey, that's a little touchy. Yeah, for real. Oh, you had been expecting Follicle to join you in mocking Marcy. You didn't want to be too mean or anything. You're just really sick of having your intelligent and insulting concerning stuff you absolutely couldn't have no way of knowing about. You wanted to make her look like an asshole, but as usual, it seems to be in fact you who are the asshole. Marcy seems to agree. Hey, maybe go fuck yourself for a little bit. You apologize, you didn't mean it, you just experienced pilot confusion where too many friends in one place. You're sorry, you didn't mean to insult her hobby, but she actually doesn't really seem too into it. You're just trying to help. You know, plenty of lowlights who do all sorts of activities. Oh yeah? Who? Well, Follicle, for instance. She trolls... Wait, you need another word. She and her boyfriend, harass people. They seem to enjoy that, and they're Skyland, Chicks, and Sarava. They all excel in their fields to a certain extent. Right. So how's that going for them? Well, he deflates somewhat. Trixie gets skeeved on all the time, and Skyla constantly had to defend her home and loses against thieves. Sarava literally had to gouge out their own eye and downplay their psychic power. Vicaire, well, near you can tell. Vicaire is having a great time falling off cliffs and imagining the firmament above. He might be an outlier and therefore shouldn't be counted. While you're working through your apparent classism through navel-gazing monologue, Marcy is checking Follicle out, like, really checking her out. Who the fuck are you? Follicle slaps Marcy's hand away. Keep your fronds to yourself. Marcy raises her goggles up to her forehead. Oh my god, those eyes! Oh god, oh fuck, that's an adorable face, actually. You got void rat. No shit, troll Sherlock. Marcy gives her another 1 silver. She looks impressed. You honestly can't blame her. If Marcy likes grimy things, well, Follicle is right up her alley. Dirt El Dorado. Selfishly, you wish you'd met Marcy back when you were more of a wreck at the beginning of your adventure. You're filthy. And you have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, so fuck you. Marcy touches her on the forehead, slowly this time, so as not to take her by surprise. Follicle resembles a nervous little bug trying to decide whether or not to scuttle away. Did you think the dirt helped keep you insulated? It's actually the opposite of that. If you're less grimy, the energy transfer would be easier. Oh right, Kufrum isn't there, which means her giant battery isn't here either. Yeah, I sent him out for a takeout. He needed a break. But won't she, die? Not instantly. Did your stop die as soon as you unplug it? What are you, a fucking Void Rot scholar? What do you know? I know a lot of things. Oh god, she is very expressive now. Oh god. He asks Marcy if she's interested in medicine. Maybe she could go into that. Marcy rounds at you in stark irritation. This is the most emotion she's shown since you met her. Whatever you're trying to do here, stop. I'm not stupid. What do you think they'd say if I applied to be a medic off planet? They'd laugh their asses off and hand me a saturated scrub pole. And that's if they're feeling generous. This is what I do. So let me do it. Chastened and uncharacteristically speechless, you nod and let Marcy turn back to Follicle. You really don't want to just leave it like that, but maybe the truly friendly thing here would be less trying to improve your friend's life and just letting them live it. Diamond has told you much the same thing all these months ago. That he's planning to just keep his head down and try to stay alive. It's not uplifting, but maybe not everything has to be. Marcy gives Follicle some advice as to the best way to make sure her body retains as much energy as possible. Follicle groans, and you're pretty sure that if she had eyes, she'd be rolling them. You do notice, however, that she listens. Just gonna make sure I didn't fuck up my mic. Yep, it is still working. Marty starts back down the sidewalk after that, pushing her scourgery in front of her. After a moment's hesitation, you follow, half expecting for her to get mad again. Instead, she just slows down so you can catch up. She's pulled her goggles back down over her eyes. You think they're probably more there for social reasons than protective ones. Sheepishly, you apologize for being a busybody back there. You're just really used to wanting to help people out. Kind of for selfish reasons, friendship reasons, but still. Oh, fuck. Yeah, it's fine. No hard feelings. You just like fixing things when they're busted, or when you busted them through your own chronic idiocy. Sometimes you just gotta do what you can, but you think Marcy might understand that a little bit. Yeah, I think I might. Sometimes it'd be like that. Oh, I made friend? Huh. I made friend. Nice. Time to see how it goes wrong. We're gonna try Uptown Funk. Uptown Funk's gonna give it to ya. It just so happens that you have connections, uptown girls and boys. You ask Marcy how she'd like to clean a Manson. I guess that could be cool. What are you thinking? No, do not bring us to Zebra, you little shit. Well, first of all, you want to bring your new friend to your swank stolen car. Marcy doesn't seem that interested, although she does comment that she's never been in a scuttle buggy. Then she begins picking up the crumbs from your back seat. You tell her she doesn't have to clean up after you. Both of you assume I'm doing it for you. You shrug. You've come to accept that some of your friends are just fundamentally difficult to understand. Some days you think you're beginning to get it. Some days you really think you're beginning to get it, and the next you remember that alien isn't just your immigration status. Marcy stares out the window as the houses get bigger and grander. The car passes beneath an archway, and the light sweeps over the two of you. Marcy stiffens. You tell her not to worry, it's just a sensor to discern your blood color. I'll give you a plug-in to scramble it, no stress. Must be nice to have friends in high places. You ask Marcy where she lives. Wherever I feel like. Depends. So, she's just like Diamond. Her eye was destroyed, or possibly up a tree like Boulder. Although, it's possible she was just fucking with you. I wish you'd stop comparing me to people like I should know what you're talking about. And no, my height is fine. It just gets boring cleaning the same fucking building over and over again. You get how that could be cool going from place to place, like Diamond goes looking for meat and Cuddle and Anastasia look for people to kill. She just said stop comparing her. Everyone here seems to be weirdly obsessive and hyperfixated. Maybe that's what happens when you bring up a bunch of kids in a robot-regulated world where the only rule is don't get cold and, by the way, some of you are inherently inferior. Have fun! As you get closer to Zebra's hive, oh god, oh fuck! You begin to get chilly strut pods. What if he tries to make Marcy into one of his, guests? He has that weird thing for low bloods. You figure she'll be safe if she's with you, but you aren't always the best at making good decisions when you have more than one friend to deal with at once. The sight of Zebra's Lucy's glaring at you from an upstairs window clinches it. You can't take another condescending stare from Zebra Dad. Where are we going? I hope you weren't talking about this pathetic mess on the seat. Barely worth my time. You could make a bigger mess, you swear. No. I don't want to stage mess. What about that mess on the window there? What happened? Red blood? That looks like teal blood. More red blood. What happened? I don't want a staged mess. Fuck, okay. Who do you know who isn't kind of a slob but also not a total piece of shit? Yeah, yes, perfect. Goat Dad lets you in with a hysterically happy bleed. Aw, missed you too, Goat Dad. Marcy wonders his shuffling and nuzzles. And when he tries to eat one of her rubber gloves, she scratches him behind the ears as a distraction. She gently removes the glove from his mouth. I love him. I need these, actually. We call to Gallic, but he doesn't respond. Maybe he's out. The coffee pot is half full, but it's cold. Goat Dad bleeds and butts you gently. Aw, poor guy, are you lonely? Has Gallic been neglecting you now that he has a hate boyfriend? Wait, does he? Wait, who's a hate boyfriend? Oh god, that happened, didn't it? Fuck. Marcy's a little more uncomfortable here than she had been in your car, but when she catches sight of Gallic's study, all of that slides off. It's even more of a mess than it had been last time you were here, but when he'd been trying to impress you with his intellectual clutter. She gets down to work immediately, stacking books alphabetically and throwing papers into piles by subject. You know Gallic is an A-type personality who will probably go briefly ballistic at the knowledge someone has messed with his stuff, but Marcy's just so organized and thorough. You feel sort of weird about just standing here and watching her clean, so you gather up all the used dishes and bring them to the kitchen. When you're done with that, you figure you'll just try to be entertaining. You ask her if she's seen any movies recently. Since you made friends with Zabita and started hanging out with the Kiri's Anime Club, you've been exposed to multiple cultural touchstones. All you've been doing this volume is comparing her to other friends! And she even expressed that she doesn't like that. MSP reader, you're being a bit inconsiderate. Yeah, I don't really watch much TV. Don't worry, I don't need to be entertained. Oh yeah, I forgot he has, like, a framed painting of his own goddamn hive. She kneels down and starts dusting beneath the couch. I know you think I'm basic, and that's fine. I don't really give a shit what anyone thinks, let alone a condescending alien with no blood color to speak of. Yikes. So if you wouldn't mind... Crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh. Oh no. Crunch, crunch, crunch? What the hell is that noise? And there you go again. Getting swept up in a friendship endeavor and totally beefing it. You forgot about Goat Dad's propensity for nomming on anything within reach, and you spent the last 10 minutes happily munching on several leather-bound notebooks. Galaxy experimental word rumbuses! Fuck! He loves those! He's going to murder you! To smooth another layer onto this farce, the front door creaks open and Galax's voice rings out, calling the Goat Dad, who lets out an excited bleat and scampers off, trailing little white scraps. Margie looks from you to the front of the house and down the paper trail. Then, she's out the window and off down the hill, because though basic she may be, she's no idiot. Scamper. He sees us. We're going to die. We are going to die. And that was the first half. The whole freaking thing with the whole timeline stuff was actually really interesting. We'll start on Karako after I get a drink real quick. Karako, K-Rocko, Cracker-o-Crow, whatever the frick. Boop. Oh wait, fuck. I did that. Oh god, my mind is dying. I accidentally started recording. I didn't get my drink. Fuck. Okay, never mind. I honestly don't want to get it now. I gave myself a bit of a break on my voice though, so I can survive. Karako time. Boop. Gotta make sure I'm stop. Blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, voice is picking up. Having learned the dangers of using the public thoroughfares, you've taken to dodging being down byways and skulking in rear areas, trying to spy out individuals who look right for friendship while avoiding the more criminally insane denizens. Just now, you're following a winding footpath through the undergrowth surrounding a neighborhood where the local hives are spaced far apart. You came creeping along this footpath for safety. You should have known better. The undergrowth here is like most of the other life forms on Oternia, evolved to ruthlessly purge the gene pool of the weak and the reasonable. Coiled, spring-loaded with stalks, it was foot-long thorns flank writhing bushes with razor-edged leaves, which in turn crowd tentacled florate with toothed lobes oozing liquid that hisses and smokes when it touches the ground. Extreme caution is needed, just as it's needed in every circumstance on this planet. While your time on Oternia has gotten you accustomed to injuries, you still shrink from being impaled on sprung thorns and dissolved in acid. You should have known that eventually you would have come up against the local flora, so you proceed discreetly, avoiding poison fronds, and trying to step on those trigger roots. But suddenly, your vegetative focus is interrupted. You hear footsteps on the path, and then around the corner comes a small figure. Honk time. If I remember correctly, the only thing he ever says is honk. Its face and horns are painted with smudged black and white marks. Despite its diminutive physique, it had some of the most impressive horns you've seen on any troll. Then the small figure sees you too, and is so startled it jumps a foot, impaling its horns in an overhanging tree branch and sticking there so that its small legs pump helplessly in the air. Honk! You beg the small person's pardon and assure him that you are fully as startled as he. You go on to explain that you are not dangerous, but that even if you were, you would not want to come to strife with even a small person with horns of that size. Honk! Oh, also, Who is this? Seriously, I don't know who this is. That's their actual troll call. Like, nothing was known about them. Until now, I guess. So, it seems like someone made their own troll call. It looks like spoilers. Fuck. Oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck. Okay, yes, you will be happy to help him down as long as he promises not to attack you with the many bladed weapons that are stuffed into his belt, or with the dedicated and inexpensive soft drink held in vandalized cracking his chest. It strikes you suddenly that neighborly gesture, like helping someone whose horns are stuck in a tree branch, can scarcely fail to kindle the light of friendship. You dare to hope that this will be the case now. Edging forward, you get close enough to see that around the small clown's neck hangs a dog tag or ID necklace. You tilt your head and crane your neck to read the writing on it. Karako Pirate. If lost, call Bronyer your Sama. Suddenly, this all makes sense. This Karako Pirate must have been one of Bronyer's reject runt wigglers, who, having grown to childhood under her tender care, has gone out into the world to seek his fortune. That would account for his small size, short legs, and small stature relative to his horns. You eagerly pull out your palm husk, happy for an excuse to pester your old friend, but you got zero signal out here. You wonder if the surrounding vegetation eats palm husk signals, just as it looks like it eats everything else. You disappointingly slip your palm husk back into your pocket. Honk! You apologize for the delay, explaining that you were surprised to find that you appear to have an acquaintance in common, whom you hope you will have time to discuss later. For now, you are ready, willing, and hopefully able to help him down. You hope he won't be offended if you slip behind him first. It's not that you object to bladed weapons or those who stuff dents into them in their belts, but you feel that the ones he's wearing could ruin your look if buried in your torso, however unintentionally. You edge past the weapons, being careful also not to touch the spring thorns, since growing at the edge of the path, or their trigger roots. Once you're behind Karako, you grasp his arms firmly and pull, withdrawing them from the tree branch and allowing him to drop lightly to the ground. Honk! You tell him that he's very welcome. Then, there's a moment of awkward silence as you try to think of something else to say. Fortunately, your new potential friend is not as devoid of social graces as you are, and gets the conversational ball rolling himself. Honk! You explain that you are indeed a stranger in these parts, and that you don't actually fit into any of the spectrum categories. Wild, right? Although not quite as strange as you used to be, you like to think. You're really starting to blend in with the local color. Honk? Well, you'd rather not exhibit your blood just now. You're a couple of quarts low due to the robust conditions of life on Eternia, some of which you have recently had the honor of encountering. Honk. You sympathize. Slinking along these hidden paths in the Eternian woods can be tough on the morale. The smell alone is enough to make strong men weep, and the vegetation looks like it was designed by the Marquis de Sade. Not that he knows who the Marquis de Sade is. You can't help but feel that it would be so much better if one only had a skulk buddy, you continue. How wonderful it would be to travel these dusky lanes with a kindred spirit, a twin soul, a fellow traveler, an intimate crony. You're such an expert on French synonyms by now. Honk? No, you haven't met anyone like that either, but you would certainly like to. Your new potential friend is obviously thinking seriously about this issue, so you back off. Give him space. You pretend to be deeply immersed in studying one of the razor-sharp leaves on one of the writhing bushes beside the path. You aren't one to force yourself on others or try to unduly influence your friendship decisions. Yes, you are! You fucking lie to yourself all you want. You are the type to do that, nerd. Okay, well, maybe you force yourself on others in the past and try to influence their friendship decisions. Maybe you've even done this a lot, but you've recently evolved as a person. You now know that friendship is something that has to come authentically from within. Friendship is spontaneous. Real friendship sprouts naturally from the soul of mutual respect. The best friendships grow and ripen over years, and are not rushed or forced. Of course, You've only known this small person for about 5 minutes, but you have to start ripening sometime. You're reflecting less on the theme of friendship when a loud pours suddenly from the sky above you. It's a crackling, sizzling sound like a chitinous thing with too many legs struggling in a hot frying pan. Karako jumps so violently that he nearly gets his horn stuck in the tree again. Looking up, you see a floating metal object, vaguely troll-shaped, but huge, faceless metal and with numerous sets of lightning bolt-shaped horns coming out of its head and neck. That is a drone, isn't it? Also, I just realized he has little cans on his front. That's adorable. Probably Fago, but still adorable. It's also not a very sparkling conversation, this. It remarks in the flat, echoing blare. It elaborates further. Honk! Well, good opportunity to get a drink while I ponder over this life-threatening choice. Like, actually life-threatening. We could die. Boop. Alright, we're faced with a decision. You know, the kind of stuff I don't like to make. Anyway, let's do the fucking obvious thing. Wait. Actually, run a drone. I would assume we take them with us, right? I'm gonna go run a drone, assuming we're gonna take Karako with us. You what? Oh. Okay, I guess that wasn't it. You run in the wild panic. It's a drone! Even the Alternate badasses you've hung out with have been terrified of the drones. Up close is one of the most terrifying things you've ever seen, and it's making noises, which you didn't even know they did, and which probably means something sinister. You race at top speed down the twisting path, focusing your senses to their breaking point to avoid trigger roots, razor leaves, and acid pods. At first you hear the pattering of small feet running behind you, but as you redouble your speed, the pattering falls back, and after a while it's lost in the distance. Fuck. It's not what I wanted. Also, you can see a hive out there. That's cool. You sprint for what seems like a lifetime before you finally catch your foot on a trigger root and go flying through the air, barely missing being spliced into 100 pieces of tumbling ham by the barbed spring vine that lashed across the path only inches behind you. You land in the dirt, wind knocked out of you, but otherwise unhurt. You lie there, catching your breath and waiting, but nothing happens. No enormous metal monster whizzes down the path to impale you. No small clown-faced individual overtakes you on their short legs. Finally, after nothing happens, you pick yourself up and dust yourself off. God, frick. You're alone on the path, and no sound of either friend or potential friend or foe can be heard. No birds sing, which is probably good. You imagine that any birds native to this forest would probably sing by croaking up putrid sludge, and that the sludge would be poisonous or radioactive. That's not how singing works. Oh god, what the fuck. But leaving aside the character of the local fauna, what should you do? Keep on down the path, putting more distance between yourself and the drone, or should you go back and see if Karako is okay? You waffle for a while. What? What does it? Oh. What does it mean to waffle? Oh. Okay. I'm surprised it doesn't mention. Oh, okay, there's the food. How is it pronounced?
Waffle. Waffle.
I didn't know what I don't know what I expected. Oh wait, no wait, stop. Actually, I just realized they have little, like, where, like what it means in local areas. That's actually pretty cool. But leaving aside the character of the local fauna, what should you do? Keep on down the path, putting more distance between yourself and the drone, or should... Oh, fuck, I did... You sneak back along the path. You sneak a long way, but however far you go, there are no signs of either Karako or the drone. You don't know whether the drone picked Karako up and took him away, or disemboweled him and scared the fragment, or whether Karako left into the undergrowth and hid or escaped, or what. One way or another, you're all alone again on this path through shit-smell forest. Game over. Well, at least we're not dead. Better than something. Leap to your proto-friend's aid! I was hoping we'd actually pay attention to him and make sure he's okay running with us. But we didn't. You leap to your proto-friend's aid. Thinking quickly, you push Karako against a large rock that juts out of the undergrowth nearby and jump in front of him, shooting him from the drone with your body. Then pretend to be leaning against the rock in an attitude of tranquil repose. Several of the blade weapons in Karako's belt poke you in the ass, but you don't let this show on your face. Instead, you yawn elaborately and check your wristwatch. You don't have a wristwatch, but you don't think drones know what a wristwatch is anyway. You pretend to smoke a non-existent cigarette. Again, you're not giving anything away because drones don't know what cigarettes are either. But the drone has apparently taken an interest in you. It floats down between the trees and undergrowth and hovers above the path several meters from where you're pretending to relax against the rock after a long day of hiking through scenic shit-smell forest. It's quite a terrifying sight, actually. The drone observes solely, making Karako jump so that several of your internal organs are threatened. Ah, fuck. Probably gonna be called again soon, but However, you maintain what you believe the local populace would call a stiff upper whistle pillow. I don't know the original expression. The drone's blank metal head studies you, or it could be studying something in the opposite direction, or even taking the drone equivalent of a piss. You can't really tell from his expression, because it has no features to make expressions with. This examination or non-examination continues for some time. But your demeanor to a potential friend is well hidden from you, and after a while, then evidently concluding that you're an inanimate object that makes unaccountable gestures with its wrists and fingers, the drone floats upward again, gaining speed until, with a dreary it whizzes off somewhere to find other hapless non-standard citizens to euthanize. When it's gone, you stand away from the rock and rub several sore places that have been pierced by bladed weapons. You turn to Karako to comment on the recent fervor, but stop when you see the look he is directing at you. A warm and admiring look, an affectionate and esteeming look, a look of friendship. Your first impulse is to throw your arms around him and lean in, but on second thought, remembering his pants arsenal, you put out your hand for a warm handshake. Victory so close! But before you can seal the deal on this sweet friendship transaction, you hear a disturbance further down the path. God, can't the narrative chill for one single moment, especially a moment when you're about to consummate a beautiful friendship? You turn to look. The footsteps, several sets of them, get nearer, and around the bend come three figures. Three figures wearing swimming outfits, lots of gold jewelry, and insucculent expressions. Three figures with gills on their necks and small stylized fins on their face. Oh man, is it possible that you finally happen upon a group of the legendary sea dwellers? They stop short when they see you in Karako, obviously startled. They study you, you study them. Then Finhead Interloper 1, in a one-piece and diamond earrings, whispers to your companions, and all three burst out laughing. Finhead Interloper 2, in a violet wetsuit and rings, slaps her thigh, and Finhead Interloper 3, in checkered swimming trunks, holds its sides. Part of you is relieved. Laughter drives out the devil, is the best medicine, and in any way is better than homicidal mania. On the other hand, this laughter isn't friendly, it's cold, mocking, and supercilious. These sea dwellers are obviously laughing at you, not with you. You notice Karako's cheeks flushing purple under his face paint, and his jaw is clenching. However, he just stares with stony dignity at the interlopers. This just makes him laugh harder. Oh god, oh fuck. The first sea dweller says, "What are you two supposed to be?" I'm recording right. Yeah. Shrimp Cassidy. That is really confusing to me, actually. Fuck. Shrimp Cassidy? I want to say it Cassidy, but Shrimp Cassidy and the Squamous Kid, says her second companion. A Cobate Minnow and his mutated soft-shell crab, says her third. Looks like the minimal one went down on the clown, causing it to spurt out the other one. The Sea Dweller's laughter is redoubled. You continue expressionless at these insults, but to your dismay, Karako's face is taking on a harsh, glowering look. You guess that such a tiny dude has probably been victimized by bullies his whole life, and, as you happen to know, there are no bullies like Alternian bullies. Honk! You tell him to let them talk all the shit they want. Don't let them provoke him. They're trying to get him to do something stupid. If he doesn't react, they'll get bored and go away. Honk! No! Remember that drone? It's probably still around here somewhere. Touch a skill on their heads and you could be rendered into Mother Grub Beanstalk. Hey, bottom feeders, no whispering when you're in the presence of your bathers. And you, little boy, put a respectful expression on your recognition surface. Be more like your friend, the slender manatee over there. In fact, why is it you two are so perpendicular? In the presence of Sea Dwellers, you should be bowed at right angles. The first Sea Dweller seemed to have an affinity for cheesy ocean puns. You bow to the Sea Dwellers. You have your dignity, but you also like not getting killed. Karako remained stubbornly upright, his face getting angrier and purpler by the moment. The bladed weapons in his belt jingle from his enraged trembling. Oh, see the little clownfish? He's getting angry. Looks like he's gonna shit his pants. No. What did I tell you about your face, boy? Didn't your Lucis teach you anything? I doubt he even has a Lucis. A self-respecting Lucis would never let a shrimp like that out of the hive. Unless his Lucis is just as defective. The Lucis cracks are too much for Karako. Ignoring your hissed warnings, he suddenly leaps snarling into the air, draws bladed weapons from his belt in each hand, and hurls towards the Sea Dwellers. Honk! Honk! We should probably stop him. Grab him by the coattails and try to keep him from precipitating a disaster. This could probably go wrong, though. You leap forward and grab Karako by the coattails, or by his belt. You aren't actually sure what a coattail is? Jesus, he's strong. You can barely hold him. It's like trying to restrain a small truck. His legs rotate wildly, kicking up a cloud of dust, and he brandishes his bladed weapon wildly in the direction of the Sea Dwellers. After a startled moment in which they jump backwards, the Sea Dwellers have started to laugh again, coming up with more stupid insults and fish puns. This is not helping. Karako runs twice as hard, honks twice as loud, shakes his weapons twice as threateningly. Hey! Hey! You shout at Karako, trying to be heard above the fracas, holding on with all your might and digging in your heels. You have half a mind to just let him go to pay the Sea Dwellers back for their insults, but try to keep a cool head. You're doing your pretto friend much more good than trying to restrain his wrath. You've now succeeded in wrapping your arms all the way around him, and now you get in front of him, holding him back with straight arms, bellowing soothingly into his face and trying to avoid all the bladed weapons he is brandishing. But it's not working. You can see from the contorted features, the bare teeth, the distended nostrils, the smoke coming out, the blazing eyes, that Karako is getting more and more enraged. And suddenly, his rage seems to reach a kindling point. His body vibrates violently, his eyes grow huge and round. And suddenly from his body, something like a nuclear blast pressure wave of fear and violence sends you flying through the air like a scrap of paper in a gale. What the fuck? Are you hallucinating? But you can see, as you soar up above the path, that the Sea Dwellers aren't laughing anymore. In fact, they're screaming in terror and fleeing wildly, blundering into razor blades, being impaled by spring thorns and burned by pot acid, and generally receiving the stern retribution that awaits assholes. Then, your head collides with a tree branch and you are rendered unable to narrate for a while. Meta. You wake up lying in the dust. As consciousness returns, you realize that you're lying on the path, and as it returns further, that small clown-paid figure is seated next to you, quite calm now. He smiles fondly as he sees you sit up. Honk! You smile in return. You express relief that he realizes that you were acting in his best interest, holding him back from the Finheads, and now, though largely because of his unexpected burst of clown sorcery or whatever that was, everything has turned out for the best. Karako holds up his arms for a hug, but then remembering the blade weapons in the belt, sticks out his hand. You shake it warmly. Friendship! We did it! Oop, phone call. Oh well. Now. Grab him by the... Oh wait, no, that's... Oh fuck, actually I have to be right back. Alright. Now, it's time to leap into the fray and lend comfort and support! You leap into the fray to lend comfort and support. You would have counted Karako to turn the other cheek and keep turning cheek after cheek until the Sea Dwellers got fed up and went away, but now that things have hotted up, you're not about to let down the side. Karako crashes into the Sea Dwellers, his bladed weapons whirling like a blender. You scamper close behind him and kick someone in the shin. It hurts your foot, but doesn't seem to have any other effect. These Sea Dwellers are made of tough stuff, or you're extremely flimsy. Science have recently pointed to the latter. It's kind of both, actually. Your next sortie is more effective, however. Thinking quickly, you pick up a rock and throw it at the trigger root of a spring thorn growing along the path next to where the violet blighter and daring hurricane clown. The cold sock springs down, impelling the dude with a dozen-foot-long thorns. He's thrown off balance, and violet blood begins to flow copiously down his body. That's a hue you haven't seen before. Kinda pretty. But these Sea Dwellers are made of tough stuff. He yanks his spring thorn stalk away from him, pulling the thorns out, and flings it into the woods. Then he takes out a pocket handkerchief and starts petting his injuries gently. Meanwhile, Karako's blade weapons have not been idle, and the other two Sea Dwellers are likewise leaking violet blood. But these bastards are hard to kill. You remember Philippa telling you that. As you watch, one of them grabs one of the blade weapons from Karako's hand and buries it in Karako's stomach. This, unsurprisingly, is distracting for a poor little clown, allowing two of the finny sons of bitches to grab handfuls of blade weapons from his belt and bury them in various parts of his body. You dance around delivering harmless kicks and curses. Karako is still waving his weapons, but he seems to be wielding them more slowly now. Then, as more and more blade weapons are buried in his body, he seems to lose focus. The weapons he's been brandishing fall from his hands. Finally, he falls to the ground in the center of a spreading pool of purple blood, twitches feebly for a minute, and then is still. You stare in disbelief at the corpse of one who, if he had been spared just a short while longer, would have been your friend. One despised and rejected, the clown of suffering, familiar with pain. They had flogged him and mocked him and spit on him and then killed him. You struggle to come to terms with this. While you're doing that, one of the remaining Sea Dwellers grabs you by the hair and suplexes you onto the ground. Your head snaps back and pain explodes behind your eyes. You're left lying on your back and trying to stay conscious, which is why you have a good idea of what happens next. What? That's the fourth wall! Okay, ignore the violent death happening now. That is the fourth wall. The fourth wall. Fuck! In the dark sky above you, something opens, something even darker than the sky. A hole, like a cave in the clouds. It widens until you can see that in the cave a carousel with wooden horses mounted on brass posts rotates, the horses plunging up and down in time with carnival music played by a mechanical organ. Riding the horses are naked store window mannequins, their legs slug awkwardly over the horses' backs, their stiff arms down by their sides in whatever pose they're created, their horns huge and wildly shaped. In the darkness above the carousel, other naked mannequins with plastic wings tied to their backs are supported on wires, and Above these, in turn, a net of white Christmas tree lights twinkle against the roof of the dark cave or circus tent or whatever it is, throwing their dim starlight illumination down on the rotating carousel. As you watch, two of the winged mannequins break loose from their wires and fly down from that dark region into the night sky in the dimensional Turnian occupies. They maneuver under the stiff hands on the ends of their maneuver until the stiff hands on the ends of their stiff arms are underneath Karako, and then they lift him up into the sky and into the dark carnival. You hear a flash faint reviving honk as they set him on one of the wooden horses, and then the hole in the sky closes and there's nothing but the night sky above you. All is silent and still again. An odd feeling comes over you. You don't think you've ever felt such a feeling, just the reality of how utterly insignificant you are. Sure, you've spent the last few months wandering with no desire but the desire for connection, and you are in a way a being unique in this galaxy, but honestly, what does that even mean? You flit in and out of people's lives. They're one minute gone the next, always moving from friend to friend. You are, for all intents and purposes, a virtual non-entity, a bland point of view vector, a neutral second-person narrator, barely coming into the picture, a retiring entity expressing only a simple, one-dimensional desire for friendship. But just about now, you feel that things have gone pretty far. Just about now, you feel that you've had enough of arrogant high bloods, enough, in fact, of short wavelength hemotypes carelessly and without compunction killing and maiming and exploiting those of longer wavelengths, of a survival of the fittest regime that seems to come down to survival of the most violent psychopaths. Is this a moral universe, or is it not, you ask yourself? Are repulsive cruelty and sickening evil punished in this universe, or are they not? Does an ethical force operate in this universe, or does it not? You don't know the answer to these questions, but you do know one thing. You intend to depart for once from your one-dimensional persona. You intend to punish repulsive cruelty and sickening evil if it comes within your ability to do so. You intend to create an ethical force field in your local region. You intend to exert some moral gravity right around where you are if you possibly can. And you realize that this odd feeling, you are having, seems to be drawing moral Higgs bosons out of the moral ground state and right out of the fabric of this multicolored blood-soaked plant that heaves under your feet. You take on the aspect of clown soccer. Seizing 2 cans of inexpensive soft drink from where they fell from Karako's bandoliers, you shake them and pull the pins. Then, with malice aforethought, you direct your twin streams at the sea dwellers. You smell banana and strawberry as the deadly streams play upon them. Already weakened, they fall back with cries under the withering onslaught. As soon as the streams slacken, you take up 2 more cans, shake them, and deal out death to the unrighteous. You smell peach and diet root beer this time, but no pity softens your heart. You wouldn't care even if it were pineapple watermelon you were spraying on these brutes. But these finheads are made of tough stuff. Rallying even in the face of this intense onslaught, they push forward and, seizing some blade weapons from the purple blood pool, advance upon you. Not one step back! You vow to the memory of Karako Pyrot. You stand your ground in desperation, grabbing some cans of diet tonic water and club soda, and opening up your batteries once again. But to no avail. A trident pierces you to the bone, followed by a scimitar, a tomahawk, a short spear, and so many other blade weapons that the sheer weight of them drives you to the ground, where your red precious blood flows in moderate streams, mixing with the purple blood of your proto-friend. This is the end, you realize, but you are glad you died in righteous battle. You're glad you created even the tiniest sputtering temporary moral force field in the local region that you did. You can feel your life and narrative point of view slipping away, but you're content. Yet, what's that you see above you now? A dark space has opened up, even darker than the night sky, and 2 stiff-looking winged figures are descending. They lay next to you and gently place their stiff hands under you. Then, they ascend once again, lifting you higher and higher into the darker space. As you pass the boundary of the heavenly carnival, your life seems to revive within you, And as the fabric of the place closes around you and two stiff mannequins place you on a carousel horse next to Karako, you realize that planets, universes, dimensions, realities, powers, principalities, and cosmos come and go, but friendship is forever. Friendship. I actually really like that bad ending. Like, even if it was a bad ending, it was a damn good one. In fact, if this was even like the ending to the whole game, I don't know, I might have still liked it. I don't fucking know. But it's not the ending to this game. It's the ending to this video, but there's still a good 1, 2, only 4 volumes left. Then Dog Scratch. Oh, so I guess we do keep the hoodie or whatever until the end of the game. Oh well. We're done here. Thanks for watching. I need to go rethink my life now.